All right, guys, this is going to be one take, and I'm going to try to do it really fast because this doesn't last long. Um, so as you can tell by the title, Jackson has GERD. It is, from what I understand, what the doctor said, just like a step up from acid reflux. It's worse. So you might be like, well, that's out of nowhere. But behind the scenes of vlogging, we have been trying to only vlog the few times in the day where he is not just extremely fussy, like crazy fussy. It just so happened the other day, like Crystal came at a good time, and it was during his non-fussy period. So, excuse me, I was able to film him like happy. There's been a lot of times that we've had to stop vlogging because I don't too. I've been like vlogging and in the background Justin's holding him, but he's screaming bloody murder. And I don't want y'all to be like I just sat him down, thinking I just sat him down somewhere and I'm over here like vlogging, ignoring my crying baby. But so he's been having a lot of issues, and I haven't talked about it on here. And I want to be very like clear about this. I'm not talking about you guys when I say this. I'm talking about people in real life, like family and stuff, and some older people I know. So it drives me so crazy because everything, like, you can't mention anything about your baby as a new parent without hearing, oh, you're just a new parent, or that's normal, this is normal, that's normal. And you know, it's like, it's so, people have got to stop telling people that. Like, I know they want to, like, calm them down and stuff, but if a parent seems genuinely concerned about something, then, like, to just blow them off or be like, it's okay, this is normal, that's normal. Like, for instance, people understand the severity of what happened to Jackson when he was first born. Like, before he left the hospital, he had already lost the average amount of weight that babies lose. You know, as soon as you have a baby, they lose some weight and then they start gaining again. He'd already lost the average to high end of weight that they're supposed to lose before even leaving the hospital. And then within 2 days after leaving the hospital, he lost a whole pound. So that is not normal at all. Um, and these people in my family and people I know were like, oh, don't freak out. All babies lose a little weight. And I'm like, no, babies do not. Okay, first off, I've had more experience with kids and babies than these people ever will in their life. Even though they have had children, it does not, like, it doesn't matter because I've had more experience with my background and jobs and stuff. And it's just like so fucking annoying because it's like they just act like almost like new parents don't know what they're doing. And I know it probably comes from a good place where they're just like, oh, they just want to calm you down, but it's honestly so annoying. So I just want to show you guys something. Um, it's just, and this was like, I realized this the other day when I was going through his pictures and I saw these two. These pictures are a couple days apart. I'm going to show you how drastic and how fast Jackson lost weight and how sickly he got. So that's how a couple of days, like the difference a couple of days made with his rapid weight loss, along with all the other issues he was having. So it's just like, so things like that just annoy me so much, that I don't even think, like, in real life, I haven't talked about any issues he's had anymore with anyone except like my best friend, my friend April, and I talk a lot because we both had babies around the same time. We were due at the same time. And it's with her baby too. Luke stopped eating when he came home. He just wasn't interested in eating, and all these people told her, "Oh, he'll eat when he's hungry, or he's just, he's just a sleepy newborn." And I remember she kept being like, it doesn't seem right. Like, I'm worried about this. And I told her, I was like, listen to your instinct. Don't listen to those people, because that absolutely does not sound normal to me. And if you don't think it's normal and your instinct's saying something wrong, then go with that. And she did. She ended up taking to the hospital, and he was in the NICU for like 8 to 10 days, I think, with a serious infection. Had she kept listening to those people, I mean, he probably could have died. And not anything that serious with Jackson and GERD. GERD's, but that's my point. So I chose not to talk about on YouTube either because I kind of, after first I evaluated, because I had some experience with gassy babies, colicky babies, when the fussing started, I was like, okay, this might be gas, this might be colic. We tried several gripe waters, we tried gas drops. As it progressed, he started lifting his legs a lot. And when he slept and stuff, and when he was screaming, and he also would hunch his back when he was screaming and in pain. And in the night, too, he would just sleep like hunched. So I was like, that's really strange. Again, I thought it was gas. So I was just trying to watch him. As the time went on, he started getting really, really, really fussy all the time. And then he stopped napping at all during the day. And it's so funny because it's like when he's around people, or like people would happen to come around at just the right time of day where it was the small couple hours that he had a good day. And then it's like after that, the crying all day started. It'd be like all morning crying, a good few hours, then crying again all the rest of the day. And so I'm sure too, I didn't want to say anything because I'm already going to have to hear how, oh, you're a first time mom, or oh, don't worry. And it's just, so I didn't even bother saying anything too because when they saw him, he was appearing to be okay. And so I just didn't tell anyone. We filmed around the times that he was happier. And so I mean, a lot of things, I feel like I'm going to forget some stuff that was going on, but so yeah, he started not sleeping at all during the day. Or he would do this, he would like conk out, but it would only be for like 20 minutes, like not even that, and then he wakes up screaming again. So he actually screamed all morning on the way to the doctors, because we went to my doctor today. And in the doctors, we weren't there very long, thank God. I just had to get a mole checked out. Then all the way home, he screamed. Then we got here, he screamed. I like fed him, and he screamed, and he finally started going to sleep. So I was like, I better vlog because I don't know how long this will last. But so the napping during the day stopped. Then he stopped sleeping at night, really. Like, and when he was sleeping, he was broken up sleep with like crying. So he never went into a deep sleep. Like when Crystal was here the other day and we had a play date, she was here for that stretch. He had a good stretch of like he was happy. And then after she left, and he had dozed off before she got there. He slept for like maybe 30 minutes and then he woke up. And then when she left, he dozed off for 10 minutes. And then the screaming all day. And then that night when we went to bed, he probably only slept a total that day and night of 6 hours, which for a newborn, which I always think newborn is in the first 4 weeks, but technically it's the first 3 months. But for his age, he should be sleeping a lot more than that because he can't grow in a healthy way and stuff with little sleep and not going into deep restorative sleep. So I was just like, okay, this is crazy. Like he's not sleeping at night now. And when he is, he's crying like every 30 minutes. It was getting crazy. And then the final thing for me, he would also have these burps. There were these, he'd be fine and he'd start screaming like somebody was hurting him for no reason. But then he'd have these burps that were just like, they got like a heat on them. They were just like hot burps. And they would be, they'd smell funky, but they'd just be, he would burp and it would be hot and he would just start screaming like somebody had done something to him. Like, and it would be so hard to calm him down because it would be like he was hurting. And I just was like, oh my God, this is crazy. Like, what's going on with him? And I started thinking he had acid reflux at that point. And then he'd also be choking on his bottle, which when he was first, like, started using bottles, we had to use preemie nipples for a long time because the flow was too fast. But he had switched over to one, and it wasn't like the flow was too fast in the one. We had been switched to that. It's like he just started choking on his bottles for no reason. And then the last thing for me that I was like, that's it, we're going to the doctor. We're not waiting till your 2-month check was he started leaving ounces in his bottle, and it started making me nervous. And two, because he would leave them, and then it's like he'd still be hungry, but it's like he wouldn't eat. And then he started refusing certain bottles too. Like during the day, he'd want less and less bottles, and he'd start refusing him. He'd get angry, push him out of the way. He wouldn't want them at all, and I was like, no, this is not okay. So I took him to the doctor, and we talked about everything going on. And of course, he was screaming the whole time we were there. And she diagnosed him with GERD. It's like acid reflux. It's basically the same thing, but worse. Usually, most babies can have acid reflux, and they don't need to be treated. Um, or they can be treated occasionally with Mylanta or Malox, like in small doses as needed. But because he's got it so bad, and it's also he started not eating because it got so bad. He also projectile vomited a lot, several times. And she said that once starting treatment, if that doesn't stop, he might need an ultrasound, because there is something they can get that needs surgery to repair it. And she said it happens a lot in firstborn males. So, of course, she said, but she doesn't think it's that. She thinks that the GERD, or has gotten so bad and it's not being treated, so that when it's like building up and causing the spit up and stuff to project across the room or whatever. I mean, of course he spits up. All babies spit up, but it's like when he spits up, it's like an ounce or whatever. His spit up's not exactly quite normal either. So, I think that's pretty much everything. I covered everything. So I think he went to the doctor Tuesday. Today's Thursday. The first couple days, yesterday and the day before, they had him on Malox, like a couple times a day, while we waited for the compound pharmacy to make his daily medication that he'll take every day from now on for it. And that made the world of a difference. He started sleeping, and he was happy again. And I was just like, oh, thank God. And I just needed a couple days, like mentally. Also, during that period, not yesterday, but the day before, my dad lost one of his officers in the line of duty. And that is always extremely hard on us. It's a really emotional thing. I'm not really going to get into it, but that was really hard. So I just didn't, between finally having a baby that was calm and like I could just take a breather and not be upset, because I'd be upset because I can't stand to know that he's in pain and there's nothing I can do. And it was like watching him, I could tell he was just in pain, and it broke my heart. So between that and like what happened, it was just like I just needed some mental days. So he started his regular medicine today, but she said it takes a couple days for that to kick in. So the next couple days he's probably going to be fussy still. Yeah, I'm trying to like think everything and get through this before he wakes up and starts fussing again. So hopefully tomorrow will be a little better, and then the medicine will start working. I hate that he's on any kind of medicine. Like, y'all know how I feel about medicine. I won't take my fibromyalgia medicines. I'd rather just deal with the pain. Like, I am very, like, I don't like putting medicines in my body really unless I need it, or I like trying to find something natural to help. And I tried different kinds of gripe water and like different kinds of gas options, and I didn't know that it was the acid reflux, GERD, whatever. I keep wanting to call it reflux, like acid reflux, but she said GERD is, I guess, or like from what I understood, GERD is worse. So yeah, I don't like that he's on medicine, but at the same time, he can't be in so much pain all the time that he doesn't even want to eat. Luckily, he didn't get to the point of losing weight. She said that we caught it before it got to the point of losing weight. She said a lot of times exactly what I'm talking about is that New parents will be told by people, oh, it's just gas. Oh, the baby's just got colic. Oh, it's this. This is normal. That's normal. You're just over worrying. This is normal. And what will happen is by the time the baby starts like getting treatment, it's already started losing weight. And she said it's good that I just brought him in and knew something was up and listened to my instinct instead of talking to anyone. I was like, oh no, I'm not, I'm not just not talking about stuff to anyone anymore. If I think something's wrong, I'm just going to go to the doctor, of course. So yeah, she said that was good. He's still in the point of gaining weight, but, the way he started refusing to eat, she's like, that's when it starts going downhill and they start losing weight. So, yeah. Anyways, that is that. And we are sleeping still. I can't believe it. Hopefully tomorrow will be better and I'll vlog some. But yeah, that's that. That's what's going on. Jackson has GERD, and hopefully we get better once the medicine kicks in. I think we will. I'm excited that he'll finally be like a happy baby again and not like really like sad and fussy and acting like something's hurting him, because that's just been the worst. Like Justin and I just wanted to cry with him, watching him like wiggle around in pain and cry, and you can just tell he's like hurting. So all right, I will see you guys tomorrow or in the vlog. Say bye.